And a very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Issues and Attitudes. My name is Jeff Owens. My co-host is Corbin Cox.
Hello.
Hello, Corbin. We are going to talk to the Mattoon Chamber of Commerce Executive Director and Executive Assistant. We have Ed Dowd and Carolyn Cloyd.
Good morning.
Morning. Great to see you. Afternoon, actually.
Yeah, we just moved afternoon, and we were having a good time off mic, so we got caught there. Well, appreciate y'all coming in on this chilly Monday as winter maybe is starting, huh? There you go. Let's just talk a little bit about the event you had last week. I saw I saw it from afar because we were driving down Mattoon, the trunk or treat. Everybody in the area was downtown.
Yeah, we had probably 90 different trunks. It was a challenge. We have 4 blocks long is how we do it. And, normally we have enough space for every single trunk, but this year it was a tight squeeze, which was amazing. We had over 90 different vehicles involved, and so it was fantastic. We had to have probably 3,000 or more people downtown Mattoon. It was fantastic. The great thing is we got 2 good hours in before the rain, and we had a lot of fun. We had, fire eaters?
Yeah, we had the fire eater, carnival games, clowns.
Spooky walk.
Clowns.
Spooky walk. We had 12 characters all dressed up, and the kids loved going up and hugging them and everything, so it was a fantastic event.
Lift had a haunted house. So.
Yeah, so it was great.
So that for sure will be an annual event, it appears?
Oh, absolutely,
Yes.
yeah.
So,
Was this the first time you had done that, or was it a new thing this year?
No, that's actually, we've been doing it for 20 years, believe it or not, but the last 4 years have really taken off. We used to only do a block or two, back in the day, and now it literally, like I said, it takes up 4 blocks, and it goes all the way to the depot actually now. And next year, we might even have to expand it further. I don't know how much further we can expand it, but just amazing how many kids come out, and they walk the entire 4 blocks, and I can't imagine how much candy they bring home. The dentists love it.
I'm sure.
They're thrilled with our event,
They see like $, $.
That's right.
well, and they get to that one, and they get tomorrow night's as well, so they can double up.
Yeah.
There you go. Corbin, go ahead.
What are some, the Mattoon Chamber of Commerce, it's come up a lot in a lot of interviews we've done lately, so what are some projects that you guys are involved in Mattoon?
Sure. So a lot of the great things that are happening, of course, the Emerald Acres Sports Complex. I know that's not your favorite name, Jeff, but it's a great opportunity. This is once in a generational thing that's happening in our community, and they're moving right along. All the I's are getting dotted, the T's are getting crossed, so it's just great. We have so many other things like we had the trunk or treat, and now December 1st, we're having the Celebrate Downtown Christmas event, which is going to be fantastic. A lot of great things happening. We have our community update breakfast is coming up on November 7th, and that's going to be a great event. Kim Uphoff, who's a native to the community, she's going to be the first woman president and CEO of Sarah Bush Lincoln, so we're thrilled with that. It's great to see GE, which has been shuttered for many years. It's getting used by North American Lighting for storage. The former R. Donnelly's is now being used by John Deere, and it's just getting, actually parts distribution. So a lot of fantastic things are happening in Mattoon, and, it's great to be the chamber, be part of all the great things that are happening. Thanks for the question.
Yeah. I like hearing those names because I've always heard my grandma talk about working at GE and my dad working at Donnelly's. So it's like, they're finally coming back in some way. It's awesome.
Yes, it's so great because they were shuttered for a long time, and it's just so nice to have them back and busy and operating. So,
Carolyn, the Coles County Veterans Support Coalition is going to have a trivia night November 4th. When, where, how, why, and all that stuff.
It's at Rural King. Rural King has an event center, so it's November 4th, and so it's coming right up. It is a great event. I mean, it's not just a trivia night. People love trivia nights, but this is an event. We have live reindeer. We have characters from the movie. Our theme is the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. So characters from the movie to entertain us. Food by Luigi's in downtown Mattoon. And it really is a great night. But the best part about it is all of the proceeds go to help Coles County veterans here in the county.
And before we get to your next question, I do want to say Rural King and Eastern and Lakeland just announced something like an hour ago, and I don't know all the details, so you might want to be looking for that as well as the community continues to do some great things. So just FYI.
And the event event center is in the mall, right?
Yes, yeah. It's the former Elder Bierman Carson's space is their
The back
Rural
side,
King
yeah.
Event Center.
And there's still tickets available.
There are
right?
still tickets available. Just go to veteranssupportcoalition.com and click on trivia, and you can still get tickets.
I know another thing that's always big to your heart is the flightless the flightless honor flight. If I could talk on November 6th.
Well, it's kind of hard to say. Flightless honor flight. It's a really great thing. Sarah Bush has teamed with the Lifespan Center, the Coles County Council on Aging, and they're going to do 2 flightless honor flights a year. And they came about during the pandemic when they couldn't actually do flights, but they decided to continue doing them for the veterans who cannot stand the rigors of an honor flight, which is, you know, it's less than 24 hours. You go to Washington, D.C. and see all those monuments. So some veterans can't do it. I was looking at the list. We have 1 World War II veteran. We've got 4 Korean War veterans, and the rest are all Vietnam veterans. It's going to be Monday, November 6th. The public is welcome to come out and honor them. We're going to do like a receiving line where you can go by and thank them, just speak to them briefly from 10:30 until 12:30 or however long it takes. We hope we get a big crowd.
That's cool.
It's at the Lifespan Center.
What was could you tell us some more about the Celebrate Downtown festival you're talking about?
Yeah, so we have a Celebrate Downtown Festival. This time we'll have 24 costume characters. A lot of kids, they use it as, I think, their chance to kind of be at Disney World almost. We have usually 50 plus lighted vehicles, and we ask them to have 7,500 lights or more. And, we just have a great festival downtown. We have all the characters. We have dance teams. We have all the restaurants and the shops are open. So it's just a fantastic event. And again, it'll be just as crowded as the Trunk or Treat event. Just a great opportunity to come downtown. They'll have things going at the train depot. We'll have music in Progress Square. And, like I said, there'll be 50 different lighted vehicles.
For a parade. It's a lighted parade.
Lighted parade. So it's just a fantastic event. And it is December 1st. We always have it on the first Friday in December, so it will be December 1st this year. And thanks for asking. Like I said, something you don't want to miss as a family.
And now, did you tell me, or did someone tell me that there's also going to be a way that Mattoon will be able to light up all the businesses with different colors? And is that started, or when does that happen? Or am I breaking news that I shouldn't be breaking?
No, this is a great opportunity to break this news. So the tourism department was able to use some of their funds, and yes, every single building, on the tops of every single building, all the way downtown Broadway, again, all 5 blocks are going to have lights that can be changed with the seasons. Now, they couldn't get it for Trunk or Treat, but they definitely will have it by Celebrate Downtown, so that every season, all the lights downtown on all the tops of the buildings will, be decorated and be lit up, whether it's Christmas or Halloween or 4th of July. So it's just going to be a fantastic thing to see.
That's cool.
It is, yeah.
So it will be green or red for Christmas.
That's right.
Well,
That's right.
You haven't made the decision yet?
Not sure. Angelia I'm sure she'll pick great colors. She might do half and half. So we'll see. But yeah, both sides, both blocks, all the way down.
Or should we say emerald? It'll be emerald.
Yeah.
That reminds me of what my favorite thing to do was as a kid around Christmas is the Parade of Lights in Mattoon.
Yeah.
That was the best thing when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we love it. And again, it grows. It's growing every year. Last year we had over 50 vehicles. The year before we only had 45. We might even have more this year. But it's a great thing. It's so much fun for the kids and families.
There's still light works will be going on at Peterson Park
Yes.
from the tourism department.
Yes.
Dunkin' Donuts update. There's been lights on there the last couple times I've drove by, so I don't know if they're doing a soft open or training. So.
Yeah, so I think they're in the middle of training. So confident, knock on wood, definitely before Thanksgiving they'll be open. And I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I know that people love their coffee, and so real exciting that's coming very, very soon. So
has the other side of the building been rented yet?
No, not yet. Okay. They're trying to get. I would love to see like a Baskin Robbins, but that isn't in the cards yet. So we're hoping. We can only hope. And
this is the question that every time you go anywhere you ask is Villa Pizza. When are they actually jumping streets? They're jumping across the street there.
Yeah. So I talked to John Arena, the owner, multiple times, and we've been able to help him get some grants and things. And he assures us by the holidays he'll be open. What's really nice is, as they unfortunately they had to shut their lunch and dinner restaurant opportunities, which was fantastic. They would have their buffet at lunch. So it's just great that they're going to be able to reopen and have all that space for that. And they're even going to be able to have weddings and events and things too.
Are they going to use the whole building?
Yeah, they're going to use the whole building, which is, you can imagine how much bigger it is than, if you remember Brian's place, it's substantially bigger than what he had in the past.
He
so
said
it's
he
going
had
to
a
be exciting.
holiday party booked already too, didn't
Yeah.
he?
A what?
So a holiday party.
That's awesome.
Booked already, yeah. A wedding, I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
I gotta know, are they gonna do the thing where you can watch them do the dough and they throw it at you?
Oh,
like they
yeah,
used to do?
I hope they do that again.
Me
I'm
too.
not sure. I'm not sure how that's going to
Although
work.
John says he gets up like at 2:00 in the morning to do that. So
Yeah.
Wow.
He gets
I
up
remember the
very
kids in
early.
that,
to
yeah,
make
that
the-
little
Yeah.
booth there.
yeah.
So, Carolyn, you've been working at the Chamber for how many years now?
It seems like 50 years working with Ed Dowd. However, it's only been 2.
So, are you comfortable? Everything fitting? Change
Yes,
of careers
yeah.
and everything?
Yeah, honestly, the work is very the same as what I did at United Way. So that wasn't a huge change, but
Okay.
And the best thing is she gets to work with me, the best boss ever. So,
Is this true?
I better just refrain from responding to that.
Oh, so before we went on the air, you had all kinds of stuff to say.
Well, I don't want anything recorded that could be used against me.
You talked a lot about North American Lighting and John Deere moving into GE and Donnelly's respectively. What kind of numbers are we talking about in terms of full-time, part-time, and hours of operation? Do you know any of that stuff?
yeah. So they're talking 200 people in the former Donnelly's building. Not only is it John Deere that's in there, but the Phoenix investors, they also outsource some of the people there to work with John Deere. So there's a couple hundred people there. What's great about North American Lighting is, as we mentioned, they're producing so many things that they actually had to use GE for a lot of their storage. They have 80 people there now, but they want another 100 by the end of next year. So it's just fantastic news that they are expanding so much and they are needing people. Of course, that's the trick.
Yeah.
We also though have, as you know, Mars is doing an expansion, and Grupa Bimbo just did a expansion where they're making not only Lender's bagels, but they're also making Thomas's bagels. So every business in our area is thriving. Again, the big trouble is finding the employees.
You read my mind. The next question was, where do we find employees, quality workers? Because obviously there's a shortage in Coles County, really in part of Central Illinois. But where do we find them, and why is it so hard to find them? I guess was second.
It's challenging when you hear that we have 5% unemployment. But I mean, literally anybody could get a job anywhere who's unemployed. So you wonder about those numbers. North American Lighting even took a very unusual step. They ended up recruiting 25 families from Puerto Rico because there is no visa issues, and they moved them literally to our area, Coles County, and they have them interspersed between Mattoon and Charleston because there's such a need for families, and they're testing that out, and I think it's working out very well for them. So they're taking unusual steps, out of the box thinking to try to get employees here because there's such a need. So if anybody knows anybody who's looking for a position, contact us. We can help you, connect you with these businesses, because every business needs people now. And it's not like, I always say it's not like the old days with factories and warehousing and things like that, where you feel like, it's a slavery type job, or, it's really hard work. They're really nice, and they're, and they take good care of their people. So
do both of you get out and get to know the inner workings of a Mars and a Donnelly's and inside the factories? And I mean, how is that? I mean, do you do that?
Yeah, and what he was talking about, I just want to mention this. We toured North American Lighting, and I was quite impressed. It was, my thoughts of a factory is the old way, where it was really loud, and it just, I don't know, I always thought people looked kind of sad in there. But these people, it was very quiet, and these people seemed really positive, and the whole experience, I thought I could work here. This is great. It was just such a pleasant experience. But yes, we do get out and experience.
Have you seen every business in Mattoon? Have you been in every business?
pretty much, yeah. I
about you,
don't know.
Yeah, through here or United Way.
Okay, I
when
just
was
wondered.
with United
Yeah,
Way,
it's always great to see the tours, and again, again, it's not like, like she's saying, it's not like, with the noise and, you got to wear the ear thing and you're afraid your hands are going to get chopped off or anything, I'm being a little exaggerated, but that's how a lot of people think of, it's like, they crack the whip and everything, but really they're so safety conscious and they're so respectful of their employees. They really take good care of their employees now compared to what you're used to thinking.
Yeah. I know around here, especially with we've got Lakeland and Eastern, there's a lot of college students, and they don't know a lot of what's around, especially in Mattoon. Since you say you've been in every business, what would you say are some hidden gems, stuff like restaurants that people can go to, or just things to do around here that everyone might not be aware of?
Good question.
Yeah, very good question. So we have Luigi's, which their family is from Sicily and things. So just great Italian food. Hunan, May Chin, she does a fantastic job. She grows a lot of her herbs up on the roof of her building to use in her dishes and things. So a lot of great things there. We have some good chain restaurants. We have the donuts. We have Holy Moly Donuts, which is great for everybody. Stadium, of course, is good. So, and we're going to be getting some new restaurants, chain restaurants as well with the new sports complex. So a lot of great eateries and a lot of great opportunities to enjoy, like Villa.
Yeah. Like Villa. I mean, people come back and they're like, I've got to eat at Villa.
Burger King is always the one.
Burger
Yeah.
King.
Burger King, the Burger King,
yes.
yes, the famous
Absolutely.
Burger King. Yes.
Any new chain restaurants you can clue us into that might be coming, or is it all hush hush?
It's kind of hush hush.
Okay.
They're working they're working strongly with some. I could give you some of the rumors going around. There's Texas Roadhouse. There's Chick-fil-A. But you guys, the funny thing is a hidden gem here, right
on
here
campus.
On campus is the Chick-fil-A. But apparently they can't advertise outside of the confines of the university, from what I understand. But but yeah, they'd have a full functioning.
But you just have. Thank you, Ed.
Yeah. But
everybody knows they're there. So.
Yeah.
I
But
think
we
the
want to keep it a
students-
hidden
yeah.
gem, so we don't have to wait.
think
long.
the students
That's
like
right. So you
that.
guys, you don't have to share it with the whole community. But yes, but there's there are a lot of retailers coming too that are definitely signed on board. There's Famous Footwear. There's Beals. There's Michaels. There's Kohl's.
Five and under Kohl's.
Kohl's,
Five
yeah.
Below.
So Five Below,
yes,
Five Below,
yes.
yeah. So there's a lot of they know
Five
better
Below.
than.
5 and under.
It's the same as Five Below, right?
Close enough.
But so there's a lot of great things coming with that. So we're real excited about that as well.
Side by Side Gaming recently opened, and the KZ State Bank is going to have their grand opening coming up. Correct?
They
Yeah,
did. They already did. KC State Bank did.
Yeah, but we are having a
After hours.
with
Okay.
them. When is it?
The 16th of November.
Yes.
Yes.
See, I rely on her for.
There you go.
Yeah.
She's the real boss.
I just stand around and look pretty. She does all the work.
But
you
Side
know.
by Side Gaming did recently open too. It's been
Yes.
very popular. so-
And we have a new tune-up chiropractic downtown.
yes.
Ryan Rapay.
Ryan
Okay, yeah.
Rapay.
Great young
He's a
kid.
great Arcoli man.
But
He has some Mattoon ties too.
Yeah.
went to
Yeah,
Mattoon
yeah.
High School,
Yeah.
was in Class E, and he's starting his own business. We love to see that. Local kids
Very
starting a
enthusiastic,
business,
yeah.
very enthusiastic. Great to see those businesses starting up. So.
And the Dollar General in Lakeland is going to move to a brand new building. Is that the other-
apparently they're going to. We don't have enough Dollar Generals, right?
You can never have enough Dollar Generals.
But yeah, no, that they're going to move to a new building. So anytime we can do that, that's fantastic. So
The city's
great
going to
news there.
finally finish the streetscaping on
Yes. I was
Broadway
gonna
and
try to
make
get to-
Ed really happy.
Yes.
But I mean, if you haven't been downtown, you have to. It's just
Beautiful
it's amazing.
what they're
It's
doing.
getting better all the time.
When you say streetscaping, which I can't say, what does that mean to somebody who maybe has no idea?
Yeah, so if you drive next time you in Mattoon, drive down Broadway Avenue and you'll see the 1700 through 1900 block has all new streetscaping. The lights, brand new, beautiful lights. The sidewalks are all ADA compliant now, and they're just beautiful with brick inlays and everything. So it just really cleaned up the downtown area and makes it look great. And as you discussed before, with all the lights that are going to be going on the rooftops of every building, just going to be a fantastic view in downtown
And
Mattoon.
the city got a grant
Yes.
It was grant money, so they'll be finishing that.
And
The
so
rest
it didn't come out of the general fund.
Yes,
So
yes, we
people
want
always
to
ask,
know
well, if
that.
you can't afford the police and fire, how are you going to? But these were grants that they were given by the government, and it had to be specifically used for these things.
Okay,
So.
we're talking to Ed Dowd and Carolyn Cloyd today from the Mattoon Chamber of Commerce. One of the things that we haven't got to is some of maybe the inner workings of the chamber. As the year wraps up and then you have to get into 2024 for renewals and talking to people, can both of you kind of take us inside to if a new business was going to open and you had to kind of quote unquote sell them to come to join the Mattoon Chamber? What kind of goes through that process, if you don't mind?
Stole my question.
Sorry,
Stole this question.
that was from Corbin.
Yeah, so we think that what we do and what happens in the community and how things are going really sells itself. We do mention that we are 330 members strong, that we really advocate for your business. We can help you be successful. We keep you abreast of all the legislative issues that you might not be aware of that could affect you, and just all the great things that are happening in our community. And we want you to be a part of that. We want to be able to celebrate your successes and work with you. So
Well, and networking. The chamber is one of the best ways to network with other businesses. And I just think that it's the fact that we do, as Ed said, advocate and promote businesses. And we'll help them if they have an issue, even if it's something that we really, it's not really our purview, if you will. We'll still try and help them because we care about the businesses and we care about Mattoon.
it was funny, Side by Side Gaming, they asked us to do, we had their ribbon cutting and grand opening, and they asked us about it, and we posted on it, and we had how many?
I think it was like 90-some shares.
Yeah,
We're so
90-some
excited to
shares,
see
and
it,
they
yeah.
were thrilled with. Actually,
Yeah.
when it did end up going over 100 shares,
Yeah.
so they got a lot of play out of that. So just being involved, just being part of the chamber, especially when we have all these events going on, and people love to be a part of it. So it's a lot of it sells itself, but of course, we mention to them all these things and really try to help them be successful.
And we've been going strong since 1905.
Yes,
So
it's been around for.
it's always been a strong Mattoon chamber.
Yes.
If someone wants to be involved with anything in the chamber, is there like volunteer opportunities? Are you looking for paying jobs, anything like that?
Good question. You want to mention our ambassador
Well, we do
program?
have an ambassador program where, business people, they can just volunteer their time and then they can help with events, they can help with our after hours, anything that we need done. So,
And we have a very strong ambassadors program. We have, I think, 26 ambassadors, and they really enjoy the opportunity to network. That's a huge networking opportunity for them, and to get their name out there, and to be part of the chamber. It really helps them in their careers as well to be able to network and meet people and collaborate. So it works
and
out
board
great.
members, we always need volunteer board members, so
Yes.
we're always looking.
Yes.
And if someone wants to be involved in that, do they contact you or?
Yeah, they can contact either one of us. And
yes.
yeah, I'll probably have them talk to Ed, but they can get to us either way.
2024, do you kind of go in with this the plan that you're going to do the same thing, or do you have a brainstorming session with the board to say maybe we should add an idea, or tinker with this one, or how does that work?
Yeah, very good question. So we do, we have our events that are stable, that are, consistent. We have the golf outing, we have the expo, we have the trunk or treat and the downtown, celebrate downtown Christmas. We have our annual dinner, we have our community breakfast. But, there's always opportunities. Like one thing they're looking at is Table for 10. It's a new thing that one of the other chambers is doing, Decatur actually. And it's just a way for small businesses to network with some of the maybe larger businesses and just understand what it is to be successful. So that's one of the things we're looking at. So great question. And there's always things we try to help make things better for all our members, whether small or large. Most people don't even realize that 80% of the businesses everywhere are going to be small businesses, 50 or less employees. So that's the bread and butter. That's what really makes a community strong.
What do you think your biggest challenge for 2024 is going to be or will be?
Ooh, good question.
I personally think just the continued lack of workers, trying to find workers, and even just, it may seem a little out there, but just the political climate, and I'm talking about things going on in Israel, and that affects everything because it kind of makes people sit back and pause and go, what's happening? What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen here? And, it's not something like literally everybody's going to drop out of the chamber because there's something going on in Israel and Palestine, but it does make people pause.
I agree.
And yeah, and the networking, it with all the social media and all the people on their phones, and it seems like you'd be able to have more interaction, more networking, more opportunities, but it seems like people are getting more isolated, which is unfortunate.
They are.
People are, on their phones, or they're chatting on social media, but they don't want to, necessarily network as much as they have in the past. So it is challenging, to get people to come out and, network, and that's where you're really going to make your connections. That's where you're going to be successful, is when you network. And, that is a challenge that people just don't seem to want to, be as involved anymore. So.
COVID. I believe everything on that.
Yeah.
The new owners of the castle in Mattoon. The
Yes.
castle's got new owners.
Yes, very
Have you met
exciting
those
there.
guys yet?
Yes.
All right.
Great group of people.
That's some crazy ones there.
Oh
They
my
are
goodness.
chamber members, by the way.
Yes. And what's amazing is, I don't know if you knew this, they've been around since 1919. Did
The
you know
castle
that?
has been? I know it's
The
been a long
castle.
time.
Yeah, the castle's been around and it used to be the place to be when you said.
It was a not that it's not pish posh now, but Route 45, it was actually Route 25 first. It actually went by the castle. That's why it was built, and it was the place to be, and everybody would go there. And then they rerouted Route 45 to where it is now, and it's still there, obviously, but people aren't just driving by it.
And with GE right there, it was a very popular place. I mean, it's still, it's still great. It's still popular. They've done a wonderful job
Yeah.
inside. I don't know if you've seen it inside.
Only by pictures, but I've been wanting to go there.
Yeah.
I got to catch up with Darren and John the right time they're going to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
they're really wanting to revitalize it, to make it popular, to make it as big as it was, and we're thrilled to have helped
It's
them
exciting,
be
yeah, to have an
successful.
old business like that revitalized.
Yeah.
It's
Only two
great.
castles in Coles County.
So on the opposite of the question, he asked, what do you think we have most to look forward to in 2024?
Boy, good question.
Sports complex.
Yeah, the sports complex coming. I think that's going to be fantastic. All these new businesses just taking off and thriving. All the different opportunities. Again, we're hoping that we can figure out ways to get more employees, because that's what's going to be necessary with all these new great things happening. And again, I'm hoping that things get better and better since the pandemic, and that I really feel that people are going to be more wanting to get involved, wanting to network, wanting to, get together, our trunk or treat and the downtown celebrate, that those are getting big again, that those are really thriving. Those are the kind of things we love. We love to have people, network and meet and just, work together, and the businesses to be successful in that regard. So that's my goal, is to have everyone, get together and be able to network and, shop local and all that good stuff, and, get out of your shell and come shop local rather than.
There's an
hit the
energy
Amazon.
in Mattoon, and you
Yes.
can feel it, and
Yeah.
it's really exciting.
There you go. Well, yeah, a few seconds left. We'll do a couple silly questions. Favorite Halloween candy?
Favorite Halloween candy? Mine is $100,000 bars, grand bars, which is
Just a Hershey bar, plain chocolate.
I don't know, nerds.
nerds.
Favorite sports movie?
Favorite sports movie? Oh wow, mine's Brian's song.
I was going to say that.
Ah,
say you can-
Yeah,
you can
Brian's song. How
Probably
could you
Bull
not?
Durham.
There you go.
Bo Durham, yeah.
Worst vegetable to eat? Last question.
Oh, Brussels sprouts.
Hominy, is that considered a vegetable? It's
I don't
hideous.
know.
It's hideous.
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower? All right. Well, thank you both for coming. It's
been a
great to see you
pleasure.
too.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you, I'm sure, a couple times in 2024 right here on Issues and Attitudes. We are WEIU.